think it's important though to try to communicate what that is to somebody who may not get to test out a bunch of speakers. Maybe they're just buying their first set of speakers, something like that. What would be, like, how would you explain that?
How do you explain attack?
Attack. The stuff that you're saying, because you hear the audiophiles talking about, like, fast bass.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it starts getting to a territory where, like,
I love the
transients
in this record. Get out of here with it.
So,
yeah.
I don't know.
It's a tough one.
Can you guys hear my AC? Because I have this thing blasting.
I just heard it, but it's
a little bit
very faint.
Now that you mention it, turn off your AC, Joe.
A second.
It's not that hot.
Hold on. I wonder if I can do. Let me see if I can give an example. Okay, so I'm gonna snap, and then I'm gonna bypass my compressor on here and see if that works. I don't know that it will. So I'm gonna snap with this is compressor on, right?
We'll hear it. Still hear it.
Okay. Did you notice a difference?
Not much.
You didn't notice a difference? I was just curious. I don't know if this compressor would work for that, but that's kind of the idea, is that it chops off. Like if you got a signal that spikes really high, let's say it spikes like 20 dB.
Like it flattens that top end.
Yeah, it just chops the top end off. So you don't get that extra 3 or 6 or whatever,
Oh, that's a good way to explain it. That's interesting.
Well, my job's here is done, so see you all later. It's not going to get better than that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Audiophiles say this. Like Joe isn't an audiophile.
Chana needs to make a video about like top 5 or top 10 audiophile sayings that he hates, because you're coming at it from the perspective not just as a reviewer. And this is serious. You're not just a reviewer, but you actually make music as well. So that would be funny. I'd like to hear yours, even if you make it private. Just send it to us. Patreon exclusive.
Well, it's like, when someone says like, I love the transients in this record, I'm like, the transient is the like little bit of sound right before the sound. So that like in like a snare hit or that right before the cymbal. So did you want to hear a whole album of transients? Like, no,
that could be a new genre, Chana.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like,
it could be a transient.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
Dude, that's good. I like that.
And so, like, if I look to the left here, I have a Moog Model D, which is the fabled Moog Model D. You've heard it, countless albums from Devo, Whip It, to the bass Michael Jackson's what is it, Billie Jean, the lead sound in Dr. Dre's Nothing But a G Thing. That's from this synthesizer. If I look to the left, there is an envelope, right? And it's an ADSR, attack, sustain, release, decay, release, right? So that's just the way a sound works. And so the beginning of the sound is the attack, right? But right before that is the transient. And I think these so-called audiophiles on YouTube don't know what they're talking about. And so sometimes
that's why I don't even use big words like that. I know it sounds weird.
I gotta laugh. Sometimes I just don't want to say anything because it's just like Boxcar P. Artist intent is annoying. Yes, it is. You don't, in this day and age, you don't know who the artist is. Actually, back then you kind of didn't either. So, there you go.
So now I'm going to have to go purge all of my videos for every time I've said transients. How many times did I say transients? I'm going to start writing this stuff. I'm going to start making a script. So
maybe should I make it a series? Silly audiophile sayings?
You really should. I think
I've already thought about it. I've gone through a whole bunch of different things. But
So would you say that if another audiophile reviewer were here and like he always talks about transients, would you say the same thing? Or would you just be like,
bro,
I wouldn't mention it. I wouldn't mention anything unless they said something about it. But hey, did you check out this new album? It's got some great transients.
this guy.
I'd be like, dude, shut the fuck up, bro.
Oh my god, look at Shauna.
But yeah.
What about air? What about, so I know I've definitely said it, but air around the instruments. That's another one that gets me. Like, all the air around the instruments. I'm like I get it. Every once in a while I hear a speaker that I feel like does that, but for the most part, I'm like, I don't think all speakers do that well.
There's a couple of places when you're mixing to, in a certain track, add air. Okay. Whether or not you're hearing that as a consumer on your setup is totally different. Right. But it's usually like if you want to put on a little bit of air, that's usually in the 10K range. Right. And you would use something like a Pultec EQ, which is like really just it's not like Joe, you know, like an EQ where you can select every frequency any frequency you want. It's not like that. It's like literally set, you know, so you just kind of click over to 10K and then you just bump it up a couple of notches.
Dude, like a graphic equalizer, right?
On your not like a graphic.
Not like a graphic.
It's okay.
Well, yeah, because parametric and then graphic. Yeah.
So parametric, you can choose whatever frequency you want. Yeah. So with the Pultec style of EQ, you know, you would go to 10K and then bump, you know, attenuate, boost it. Sorry, attenuate is cut, isn't it? Oh, no, attenuate is boost. I don't know.
Attenuate is
on your Rodecaster. Don't you have bass bottom? What is it? What is it called?
I got
bottom.
Big bottom.
Big bottom on.
All right. Yeah. Turn on the other one. Turn that on and off. That's what I think of when I think of air.
The oral exciter.
Yeah. Hit.
That's
test. It's okay. Here it's off.
Terrible.
It's off.
Okay, so that's off. Listen to Sean right now.
Now it's on. It's on. It's on. It's on. It's off. Off. On. On. Off. Off. On. On. And
I can't tell the difference.
That's at 3600 hertz. So that's kind of like
interesting.
Well, if I turn up the mix, I'm sure. Here.
Oral exciter
off. This is off. This is the oral exciter off. This is the oral exciter.
Oh yeah, you can definitely tell the difference there.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's your air right there, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean this is at 3600 hertz, so it's a bit lower, but
yeah. So the thing always sucks, like when you try to add more air, like with used to be, maybe not so much these days, but like a lot of lower, cheaper DSPs have a really poor signal noise. So when you try to add like 10 to 12 to get a little bit more air, then you just hit background noise. Like it's all you hear.
Yeah,
it drives me insane.
Yeah, some air on my mic right here. Hold on a second. Here we go. All right. How about now? Do I sound different now? Do I sound like Aaron's impression of me?
You sound like yes.
How do you like my S's right now? S's?
I'm going to add some air into my mic.
Oh my God.
What?
You can.
There was the air.
That's right.
Mike added some air.
Uh-oh.
We're going to have a fan competition right now. Tornado.
Is it OnlyFans? Is it OnlyFans?
OnlyFans.
Welcome to the OnlyFans segment.
Oh, mercy. It's getting hot in here.
Yeah. No, it's just interesting because I'm looking for different audio interfaces for this mic. And a lot of them have like a button that's for like more air. Like they call it different things, right? But they just add that particular sound that I guess people are used to hearing from certain mics, you know? So anyway,
yeah,
kind of interesting. Make sure to check out our audio-only version of the podcast at anchor.fm/Daily HiFi, or just go to your favorite podcasting service and search for Daily HiFi.